All glories to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Antya Leela, Chapter 18, Rescuing the Lord from the Sea. A summary of the 18th chapter is given by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amrita Pravahabhasya. On an autumn evening, when the moon was full, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu walked along the seashore near Aitota Temple. Mistaking the sea for the Yamuna River, he jumped into it, hoping to see the water pastimes Krishna enjoyed with Srimati Radharani and the other gopis. As he floated in the sea, however, he was washed away to Konarka Temple, where a fisherman, thinking that the Lord's body was a big fish, caught him in his net and brought him ashore. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu was unconscious, and his body had become unusually transformed. As soon as the fisherman touched the Lord's body, he became mad in ecstatic love of Krishna. His own madness frightened him, however, because he thought that he was being haunted by a ghost. As he was about to seek a ghost charmer, he met Swarup Damodar Goswami and the other devotees on the beach, who had been looking everywhere for the Lord. After some inquiries, Swarup Damodar could understand that the fisherman had caught Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his net. Since the fisherman was afraid of being haunted by a ghost, Swarup Damodar gave him a slap and chanted Hare Krishna, which immediately pacified him. Thereafter, when the devotees chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra loudly, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu came to his external consciousness, and then they brought him back to his own residence. Text 1. Saraj Jyotsna Sindhur Ava Kalan Ayajata Yamuna Pramadavan Yosmin Hari Viraha Taparnava Iva Nimagno Mur Chalhapayasi Nivasan Ratrim Ikilam Prabhate Praptas Var Avatu Sasachi Sunar Ihanaha. In the brilliant autumn moonlight, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu mistook the sea for the river Yamuna. Greatly afflicted by separation from Krishna, he ran and dove into the sea and remained unconscious in the water the entire night. In the morning, he was found by his personal devotees. May that Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Mother Sachi, protect us by his transcendental pastimes. Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Eimate Mahaprabhu Nilachale Vaishe Ratri Dine Krishna Viche Darnave Base. While thus living at Jagannath Puri, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu floated all day and night in an ocean of separation from Krishna. Sarat Kalera Ratri Sabachandrika Ujvala Prabhu Nija Gana Lana Bedana Ratri Sakala. During a night of the autumn season, when a full moon brightened everything, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu wandered all night long with his devotees. Ujjane Ujjane Brahmena Kautuka Dekite Rasalila Ragita Shloka Padite Sunite. He walked from garden to garden, singing the pastimes of Lord Krishna and hearing and reciting songs and verses concerning the Rasa Leela. Prabhu Prema Veshe Karena Gana Nartana Kabhuba Veshe Rasa Lilanu Karana. He sang and danced in ecstatic love, and sometimes imitated the rasa dance in emotional ecstasy. Kabhu bhavon made prabhu iti uti daya bhume padi kabhu morcha kabhu gadihaya. He sometimes ran here and there in the madness of ecstasy, and sometimes fell and rolled on the ground. Sometimes he became completely unconscious. Rasalila eka shloka yabe pade sune purvavatabe artha karina paane. When he heard Sri Damodar recite a verse concerning the Rasa Lila, or he himself recited one, he would personally explain it, as he had previously done. Ehi mata rasa lilaya hayayata shloka sabhara artare paya kabhu harsha shoka. In this way, he explained the meaning of all the verses concerning the Rasa Lila. Sometimes he would be very sad and sometimes very happy. Text 10. Se sabha shlokera artha, se sabha vikara, se sabha varnite grantha, haya ati vishtara. To explain fully all those verses and all the transformations that took place in the Lord's body would require a very large volume. Dvatasa vatsare ye lila chane chane ati bahulya bhaye grantha na kailun likane. So as not to increase the size of this book, I have not written about all the Lord's pastimes, for he performed them every moment of every day for 12 years. Purveyehi dekanachi digdharashana taichejani havikara pralapa varnana. As I have previously indicated, I am describing the mad speeches and bodily transformations of the Lord only in brief. Sahasravadane yabe kahaye ananta ekadinera lilara tabu nahi payanta. If Ananta, with his 1,000 hoods, tried to describe even one day's pastimes of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he would find them impossible to describe fully. Koti yuga paryanta yadi likaye ganesha ekadinera lilara tabu nahi payasesha. If Ganesh, Lord Shiva's son, and the expert scribe of the demigods tried for millions of millenniums to fully describe one day of the Lord's pastimes, he would be unable to find their limit. Bhaktera prema vikara deki krishnera chamatkara krishnaya rana payananta ke bhachara ara. Even Lord Krishna is struck with wonder at seeing the transformations of ecstasy in his devotees. If Krishna himself cannot estimate the limits of such emotions, how could others? Bhakta premara yata dasa yegati prakara yata duka yata shuka yate kavikara krishnataha samyakna pare janite bhakta bhava angikare taha asfadite. Krishna himself cannot fully understand the conditions, the mode of progress, the happiness and unhappiness, and the moods of ecstatic love of his devotees. He therefore accepts the role of a devotee to taste these emotions fully. Krishnere na chaya prema bhaktira na chaya apane na chayetine na che ekatani. Ecstatic love of Krishna makes Krishna and his devotees dance, and it also dances personally. In this way, all three dance together in one place. Premhara vikara varnite chahe jana chandhadarite chahe yena hana vamana One who wants to describe the transformations of ecstatic love of Krishna is like a dwarf trying to catch the moon in the sky. Text 20. Vayu yaiche sindhu jalera hare eka kana Krishna prema kana toiche jivera sparshana. As the wind carry away but a drop of the water in the ocean, a living entity can touch only a particle of the ocean of love of Krishna. Chane chane ute premhara taranga ananta jivachara kahantara paibeka anta. Endless waves arise from moment after moment in that ocean of love. How could an insignificant living entity estimate their limits? Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Antya sabbe eka janetaha svarupadigana. Only a person on the level of Swarup Damodar Goswami can fully know what Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu tastes in his love for Krishna. Jivhahana kareye tanhara varnana apana sodhite tara chonye eka kana. When an ordinary living entity describes the pastimes of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he purifies himself by touching one drop of that great ocean. Ehi matara sera shloka shakala ipadhila Seshe jala kelhira shloka padite lagila. Thus all the verses about the Rasa Leela dance were recited. Then, finally, the verse concerning the pastimes in the water was recited. Tabir yuta shramham apo hitum anga sanga krishtas rajasa kuchakun kumaranjita yaha Gandharva pali bir anu druta avishadvaha Shanto gaji bir ibharad ibhabina setuhu. As an independent leader among elephants enters the water with its female elephants, Krishna, who is transcendental to the Vedic principles of morality, entered the water of the Yamuna with the gopis. His chest had brushed against their breasts, crushing his flower garland and coloring it with red kunkuma powder. Attracted by the fragrance of that garland, humming bumblebees followed Krishna like celestial beings of Gandharva Loka. In this way, Lord Krishna mitigated the fatigue of the rasa dance. This verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.33.22. Ehi mata Mahaprabhu Brahmite Brahmite Aitota hoite samudra de kenachambite. While thus wandering near the temple of Aitota, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly saw the sea. Chandra kantye uchalita taranga ujvala jalamala kareyena yamuna rajala. Brightened by the shining light of the moon, the high waves of the sea glittered like the waters of the Yamuna. Yamunara Brahme Prabhu Dana Chalila Alakshite Yaisintu Jale Jampadila. Mistaking the sea for the Yamuna, the Lord ran swiftly and jumped into the water, unseen by the others. Padite Haila Morcha Kichwina Jane Kabudu Baya Kapu Bashaya Tarangira Gane. Falling into the sea, he lost consciousness and could not understand where he was. Sometimes he sank beneath the waves, and sometimes he floated above them. Text 30. Tarange vahi yafire yena shushka kasta ke bhujite pare ei chaitanyera nata. The waves carried him here and there like a piece of dry wood. Who can understand this dramatic performance by Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu? Thus ends our reading for today. All glories to Om Vishnupad Shripad Bhakti Madhavapuri Maharaj Ki Jai. All glories to Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees Ki Jai, Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Shripad Bhakti Vigyan Muni Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shripad Bhakti Nishkam Shanta Maharaj Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to Giri Govardhan Gupta Govardhan Dam Ki Jai. Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Jai Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.